Ladies and gents, home reaction. This is how they ruined the World War Z movie featuring donut app operator, admin results, and the fat Electrician. Okay, I think I remember World War Z movie when it came out. So it was. I'm pretty sure it was a long time ago, right? That's weird. It's a Brad Pitt movie, right? Now, apparently it's a book or something. As judging from the comments, I didn't know that. I thought it was just one of the movies. Like I'm getting surprised how many Hollywood movies are based on a book. Just implying that people don't have any creativity. They just find a book and there you go. I don't know. But yeah, World War Z is apparently a book. I don't know, man. When I watched the movie, it felt like okay. It didn't feel like something big, right? How book thing would be, right? Whenever a book turns into movie, there is some substance to that. Like it feels like somebody has thought about that more than few years, rather than more than few months. Usually movie scripts when somebody makes is like again like somebody's like who's doing that every not the first script. If you're a new writer, you probably spend a long time trying to make one script and trying to push it through Hollywood channels or whatever. But if you like established writer, you probably think about some story or something for a few months and then there you go. It's gonna feel something that people didn't put that much time. When it's a book, obviously there are book series and things. It feels like bigger. I don't think World War Z felt like that. But then again, it was a long time ago. I don't know. So this is going to be interesting. I'm guessing admin reports. I think it's the movie guy. Because Donut Operator, I'm pretty sure one of their people, right? Is with Federation all the time with in the Unsubscribed podcast. I think admin result is the guest or something. Yep, it's going to be interesting. Let's do it.
I think my favorite death of any character in any action movie ever is from World War Z, where the one researcher is they're in like South Korea, and they're running back into the C-130, and he slips and accidentally shoots himself. I was like, that's exactly the type of dumb shit that would happen in real life.
All right, don't get me on fucking World War Z right now, dude.
Why? What do I not know? What did I do?
You know my whole sleeve is World War Z, right?
No!
Yeah, I have a whole tattoo
I know the
of World
sleeve.
War
I didn't
Z.
realize that's what it was.
Yeah, it's World War Z because they fucked up the movie so bad.
It was pretty bad.
No, was there a book?
The book's way better.
The book is so good, man. The book follows around. It's several chapters of learning how different people dealt with the zombie apocalypse. So you got like Navy divers, which is what mine is. They're at the bottom of the ocean, like trying to follow around zombies, seeing how they're still walking around, even though the pressure would kill them. And then there's like an army infantry guy that they follow around for a chapter. And then there's like a nun they follow around for a chapter. And it's so fucking good. And all they had to do was turn that into an HBO miniseries or something like that, you know? Like each episode was following around a certain character during the zombie apocalypse. And it just fucked that movie. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, all right.
It could have been so
I
much
agree.
better.
That one death in the C-130 still
I know,
good. You
I
have to
know. He
admit
trips.
So you have to admit, like, that's the most realistic shit on the planet.
Yeah, I don't know about HBO. Yeah, HBO is known for that, like doing justice to the source material. It was known for. I don't know anymore with the trying to keep up with streaming services with the HBO, which is like now only Max. It's not HBO Max. It's just Max. I don't know. It's just another streaming service like Netflix, right? Look at Witcher. I mean, damn, man, they just screwed Witcher up, right? Henry even left because of it. He's just like, first of all, like, I don't care which, you're not Tarantino or something. Like, whoever is writer and director there, they are not as big as Henry is, first of all, right? You should be happy like someone like that is backing this show. That he was one of the main reasons why people's eyes were on the show in the first place, because most people don't know about Witcher. Witcher started to become famous because of the video games, Witcher 3 mostly. But even then, like general public, oh, look at that, Henry Cavill's making a show. So people, and now you have that guy who's a fan of the show telling you like, okay, you want to do your creativity, let's stay on the subject. Let's stay on the source material rather than trying to do your own shit. I don't know why these writers and directors suddenly think they have this kind of a power, even though it's not their money. Producer is somebody else. They have this kind of power. They can do anything they want. It's my creativity. Make your own fucking book then. Make your own script. This is not your thing. It's an actual thing somebody else wrote. You're just trying to put it on screen, right? It's an art of its own, right? I'm pretty sure Tarantino was talking about it. It's like it's a level of art. You have to like take books and try to put it visually. It's art of its own. Let's focus on that rather than changing things.
Fucking
I was
idiot.
surprised they gave him a gun in the first place.
That's also true.
I would have handed him a gun. He'd be like, "What do I do?" I'm like, "Yep, never mind."
Yeah, you know what? But that's my thing. It's like it's a complete newbie thing of like you gave somebody that's not a gun person a gun, and of course they were at a full sprint with their finger on the fucking trigger. Because why wouldn't you do that? I guess. You know what I mean? Like,
All right. Also, the fucking World War Z.
oh, I got Cody's Tism. Let's do
No,
this.
Yeah. Go World War Z.
Go off.
They had fucking running zombies in that movie.
Yeah.
Because what they did is they went to Max Brooks, who was Mel Brooks' son, who wrote the book.
Yep.
And they said, he probably just wanted to make money at the time. And they're like, oh, what if we put Brad Pitt in a movie with running zombies? And then they didn't follow the fucking storyline of the book at all, which is like one of the most amazing books ever.
Because they follow like how countries reacted to the
Yes.
situation.
Yeah, like with North Korea removing teeth and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was like, hey, and those countries worked really good. They're like, we don't care about our civilians anyways. Zombies, we really don't give a
Yeah,
shit.
you can get a lot of
about
shit. You can get a lot of shit done when you don't care about human rights.
them. Yeah,
It's amazing.
you're not gonna have a zombie outbreak.
Even I'll give
That is-
communism credit for.
Federalism, what just said, it's beyond it's much bigger thing, right? It's so true. Because like imagine all the biggest thing that were ever made, like pyramids and all like Taj Mahal and things. In the center, there was somebody who didn't care about people, but like image of whatever they were doing, right? Whenever you're authoritarian, you're gonna do shit which is gonna be larger than anything. I mean, that's the obviously people are gonna get screwed in the process. That's the whole point.
For that, you get shit done quick.
In the movie, North Korea removed everyone's teeth so they couldn't bite anymore. In the book, Cuba is the world superpower. In North Korea, they don't know what's going on in North Korea, and no one wants to touch it because they haven't seen any satellite activity there for so long, and they're scared if they go into North Korea, there's going to be some kind of booby trap that sets off new.
Do you see satellite activity now? I mean, come on. From satellite, it's mostly just dark, isn't it? Every time you see global map at night time, and like North Korea is mostly empty with just Pyongyang and some places lit up.
Nuclear weapons. So everyone leaves North Korea around or alone. And Cuba is the world superpower because all the rich people from Miami started going there with all their money and shit. And yeah, sorry, I can go.
Get that many people are rich in Florida and Miami. Come on, I get it. Like it's Florida's like rich people's vacation home or whatever shit that is. But come on, but that many rich people are there. Like I'm pretty sure LA was known for hub for the rich people. Then like slowly people are like migrating from there to Texas or something. Come on, Florida is that rich?
On about World War Z.
Good.
So.
I like it.
I think my biggest complaint with slow zombies, like in America, I don't think it would be an issue. Like maybe at first there's like a crowd of them, but everyone has guns here. It'd be like, hey man, you still have to show up to your 9 to 5. We just got some walkers out in the parking lot. You gotta go shoot real quick.
Yeah.
Dude, that's 100%.
but
Like,
your
you'd
mask
still,
on.
you'd still have to go to work.
You got to think about how many
For sure.
how many fucking stupid people there are that would get bit, and that would just multiply.
Yeah, that's what I disagree with that guy because look at the COVID, how that spread. Before people know it, what is happening, I think most people would be bit. That is all zombie movies are somewhat around America in the first place. And they all know this factor, like America gun, like come on. But the point is people won't notice until it's very late. And like 70-80% are already gone, not probably more than that. Because all it takes is a bite and that's it. And evading a bite is not that easy, is it? So, I don't know. To me, it feels like it would be half of the people. Because like first 10, 20, 30%, 40% like, oh my God, something's happening. 50% is a chaos. Another 50 would just realize it and try to stay away from it. So I don't think that most people would be wiped out type of way. Unless, if a disease was airborne or something like that, right? Yeah, it would make sense. But it takes a bite. I think half the people would realize that. I don't know.
Multiply by 10 every single
Bro,
fucking
the
day.
part that makes me mad is that, like, if we had not World War Z, Walking Dead zombies, there would be fucking college students out there protesting that they have rights and we shouldn't hurt them.
I know, dude. I'm
You
just
just made me
thinking about
so
like,
mad, Nick.
I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I disagree. I don't think we would have college student there because they wouldn't exist. They're probably already turned into zombie. They'll probably go hug a zombie and that's it. Yeah, the natural selection would work very fast there.
No, there would be
I know, that's
somebody
why I'm so
with a
angry
fucking
now.
liberal arts degree out there being like, they should still be allowed to vote.
Zombies
Okay?
have rights.
Yeah.
They should be allowed to vote it through Congress that they can eat our brains. They have rights too.
Compelling, face the wall.
Bro, I'm just thinking about living in like
Tying the zombie up just so they can vote, right? Scream at the person you want to vote for first and show the two photo Trump and Biden's. Whoever zombie screams at it, that's the vote. There you go.
like I live in a nice neighborhood right now. I think that like myself and one of my neighbors could be able to defend themselves.
We're you're like, yeah, we got gated communities.
And yeah, but every other person in their house would become zombies. So they would be wandering up to my house and there would be, I don't know, 100 zombies out there. That would be really hard to defend myself.
I don't know. I counter argument. I think like those slow zombies, like from The Walking Dead.
It's like 4.5.
If I
minutes.
had a good breakfast and I wasn't even using a gun, I could probably go out and kill easily 100 zombies, like without getting tired at the end of the day.
The zombie issue is that the zombie would be so many, more than 100, that even your gate wouldn't be strong enough to keep them because it's zombie. They're like, have you ever seen India? And like in India, there's so this like crowd of people that are probably thousands in some kind of like a market or something. I don't even go to those places. It just gives me, I just panic. I can't even think about those. There's a old central market in my city. I never go there, right? Because of fear of this. But have you seen those like in Mumbai, like this like crowd, like massive crowd? Imagine zombie being like that and pushing just by their weight. I think the gate and everything would collapse and they would just get in, right? You need to really reinforce, like Fallout 4 get it right? Like stadiums, right? Diamond City is in a stadium like Boston Stadium. Stadiums would be one that's like you can reinforce them properly, right? But then again, there are like major centers, like some major company has center which is like stadium like size, multi-billion dollar, like buildings, like how BBC has a building I saw in Top Gear in like London, how big that is, you saved and things like that. You can probably defend that. I don't know. But also one of the things I'm thinking, zombies don't know how to travel. They would be where they are. So most zombies, again, most people are in city nowadays, so most zombies would be in city. If you go in like some like distance places where there are like gated communities and rich people living in like hill type area, like I don't know, some hill places that are like bit far away from the city, just far enough, zombies wouldn't know to basically travel there. Zombie doesn't know survival. They're not gonna know maybe there are people there. So whoever turns zombie in this gated community, they will be the only zombies, and there are not that many people there. There's a reason why there's a rich area. Not many people are going to be. So you can control that probably.
Like get a little bit of armor on. Like if I'm in like a full plate suit from like the medieval era and I have like a claw hammer, I'm gonna go out there, poof, poof, fatal funnel them down. Even if they like swarm me, I'm in a full plate armor. Like I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'll be pinned there for a while, but I'm like, all right, this is gonna suck. But I could absolutely wreck 100 slow moving zombies.
For a while, zombie's not gonna get tired. Zombie doesn't. What if you're there pinned there for multiple days and you starve out because zombies are all around you, like basically trampling you?
Realistically, the entire situation would be contained in like a matter of months, and then the only zombies that would still be around would be like on private ranches in Texas, and then rich people could shoot them from helicopters.
And they keep them
Realistically,
breeding.
that would.
I think, human ingenuity and fucked upness, I think that can happen. I think what would happen is like Fallout style enclave or something if things go out of hand. Government and select people, select military would basically go to a place where there are not many zombies just to make it as a hub and try to wipe out. Like humans are still humans. Zombies are like animalistic. They're not smart. So humans would easily be able to like overwhelm them, right? There would be a time where there are no zombie left around, or probably 80% of population wiped out, but they would just like move from there. There you go.
Would like be what would happen.
Dude,
I just like Cody's cover story. My neighbors turned to zombies. Look at all this food I got.
Dude, the way that they solve it in the book is so fucking good.
Oh, like the sandlers and
They would set up a square of like infantrymen, and then they would blast Metallica to draw them in.
Yeah.
And they would practice for headshot, and they would just have thousands of bodies surrounding the square of infantrymen. It's really cool.
I'll be
Dead Island game, right? I think Riptide, second one, has that kind of element where there's like you go at a place where there's music is blaring around and zombies are running towards you. You're supposed to turn off the music or something. But yeah, Dead Island's Techland games are so good, man. Especially Dead Islands and even the Dying Light first. Second was good, but I don't know. But yeah, original Dead Islands were so good because of this. But it was like grounded too because you don't do parkour that much, so it's not intensified like that. Dead Island was the closest, fear-worthy, realistic zombie game that I felt. I know they're like Resident Evil, all that, like narrative-driven, single-player, like linear games. I don't know, it's just story-driven. Dead Island was so good because of things like this.
So mad about the smell though.
Yeah, it would suck.
I mean, realistically, they already smell like dead bodies.
I know,
what
that's
mean?
why I'd
it's
be
like,
so mad about the smell.
Right.
Now
Like-
they're all around your house. You're like,
God. You had to move all these dead bodies away from your house.
you got fucking bulldozers just pushing them up.
You know what the most realistic, post-apocalyptic horror movie that triggers me the most is A Quiet Place. Because that's exactly how I feel like what my life would actually be like in the apocalypse. Like now that I have a wife and kids, like it's just A Quiet Place is just like one epic saga of a father trying to get his family to shut the up and quit trying to do stupid shit for like 5 minutes so they can not die.
Quiet Place is the stupidest movie of all time, not because of the concept, because of how the family is acting, right? They know, sound can basically carry out monster, but yet they still leave their kids to do whatever the fuck they want constantly. And when their kid do something stupid, like try to fall something, they suddenly panic and try to stop it. Why would you leave your kids like that in the first place, right? Like, sound important, like manage from there, right? Especially the small kids who doesn't know any better. Like, I don't keep them on your shoulder or something. What, you gonna get tired? World is ending. What the fuck? Your vanity can screw yourself, right? It's one of the most stupidest thing of all that. They're constantly surprised. Oh my God, this happened. Yeah, your negligence did that.
And then right off the bat is, kid, I'm gonna shove batteries in a fire truck. Boom, Dad. It's like, fuck. It's just desperately trying to keep his family alive. It's the most realistic thing. It's impossible.
It would have been.
If you're a dad, you're playing Apocalypse on fucking hardcore mode.
Yeah.
There's no other.
Try explaining it to like Raiden.
Like, I got
Daddy,
nerfed.
why are you being so quiet? I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up, Raiden. But Daddy, this is an emergency.
Yeah, it might not be the best thing, but I think the Metro, the game's Metro? I would try to find something like that, like find some metros, which is like underground. If not, can't find metro, like there are people with like underground bunkers or something, right? Like those nuclear bunkers, whatever. Like if there are people dead who has like free nuclear bunkers, then I'll try to basically get in there, try to keep my family just there and basically live there. And someone like me who can scavenge for things, I would try to do that rather than like keep them out in danger type of way.
Especially the opening is on train tracks too, right? And it would be like, Dad.
Father, why are we around here? Oh, God. Eli's killed so many monsters. Yeah, my son, he won't shut the fuck up.
I'm so tired. I'm so fucking tired, dude.
I'm so tired.
You know what I mean?
Ryan would probably figure out the frequency pretty quick, though. Daddy, they work off a frequency. Oh, thanks, kid.
As he's wearing his headphones.
Yeah.
He's like, this sound is really annoying, Father. Listen. I don't hear anything. And the monster's like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
I'm so confused with what's going on. I'm like, what did you figure out, kid? The monster needs headphones. No, son.
Oh,
I will go flank.
Fuck.
Suppressing fire.
Years go by. Kid, you have no idea how many shit I had to do just to keep you alive. Whatever kid does, like, father has to come up with a way to save the kid. There you go. I'm gonna flank and everything.
All right, draw him out, kid.
Dude, running zombies would suck dick, though, because that was the first time watching.
28 days later?
That disease would really fucking
That would
suck.
suck. Yeah.
Those that thankfully die in like 30 days where they starve to death, but that disease, you could see why it spread so fast.
Yeah.
Dropping blood, instant, like, fuck.
Oh,
I
what's
like-
his name? What was that actor? You mean when the drop of blood fell into his eye?
From a crow or something.
Yeah. The crow was biting the body and it fell into his eye and he just instantly turned and he was there with his daughter.
Those are the two things. It's like, running zombies and that disease. Rage.
No thanks.
Any disease.
There was
rage.
like, God, I forget who did the video. There was some doctor that did a video on how like
Get it.
like the running zombies, he's like how it could actually work. and he just talks about how like your brain has mechanisms in it that like prevents you from exerting so much strength that you tear muscles.
Yes, your it's literally your
Like your-
neuron,
Like your neural pathways and stuff. Like
Yeah.
there's limits where your body's just gonna be like, nah, we're gonna go ahead and let your muscles fail before they rip themselves in half. And he's like, theoretically, there's no reason a virus couldn't just override those, and like the zombies would
Nerve
have
structure.
100%.
I mean, yeah, you intuitively know that, right? Like when you do, this is how painkillers work, right? I mean, I work out all the time. I know that, like, whenever I'm in some kind of a, for whatever reason, for being painkiller, like, you know, like opioid-like painkiller, like tramadol and things like that, I can work out more, right? Which is like, okay, I need to be careful here. I might rip my muscle apart, something like that, right? So your brain realizes, like, first of all, it will give you the signals of pain. Pain is just a signal. It's not a thing. Pain is not real. It's your brain telling you, like, there's a problem there. The pain intensifies because your brain telling you there's even more problem there. There will be a moment where your body will shut down that muscle, right? Sometimes you just go limp. Certain muscle go limp because you did too much. That's not your muscle failing, because if your muscle did fail, you would have a muscle crack there. You have to go to doctor to stitch it up. No, that's your body shutting it down so you don't do more damage. Your brain is insanely good at autonomous things, running your body, right? This is one of them.
Super strength, literally until they rip themselves apart. He's like, so theoretically, you could have like 150-pound woman with more strength than a 250-pound man, just because a 250-pound man's just running at 60% all the time.
I mean, yeah, you hear about the stories all the time. Don't you remember there was like an instance where a woman literally lifted a car, right? And like, I don't know, her kid was involved or something like that. Like, how the fuck did you do that? Adrenaline. Your brain just went, this happens a lot of time because of, I don't know, a lot of chemical gets mixed up. And your brain decides to fuck it and just like, yeah, because priority changes, right? So you hear about stories like that all the time. Like, sometimes just out of danger. Like, everybody's different. Certain people's that brain function is not as strong as some other people. So some people, like I said, that woman who just lifted a car, there are some people who can really go to that place, right? Some people, this is also connected to fight or flight response. Most people just have flight response, so just either they go numb, cold, or like can't respond type of way. But the people who can and that have strong area in that part can just lift car and things like that if needed, right? At that point. Even they wouldn't know, like, how did you do that? I don't know. I was just like, focused on like saving my kid or something.
I mean, she's running at 110 with no limiters on.
Yeah, and it's like the virus will obviously be pushing your adrenaline just to
Right.
fucking.
Yeah, and he like breaks down like, that's terrifying.
Yeah, it's absolutely terrifying.
It's no different than
Again, don't want to pause too much, but that is real, right? Look at how, what is it called, rabbit thing, right? Fuck, I forgot that name of that disease, right? That dogs have that like foam running out of the mouth. Even humans can get that, right? So those kind of a disease tunes your like foam and all the systems so it can like pass the disease faster. That's how they tune it, right? So I can imagine a disease that tunes your body to be near superhuman, at least at your muscular limit, because your disease is spread through literally touching and biting people. That can happen.
kind of what happened in what's the video game that turned into a HBO series?
Last of
The
Us.
zombie one, Last of Us.
Last of Us.
Because that is the ants that get infected by that, where the ants just crawl towards sunlight and then die, and then they'll spread it with other ants, but then
Yeah, that thing. Ah, fuck, I forgot the fungus's name. There's a type of fungus like that people eat because they think it has certain properties. I'm like, have you lost your fucking mind? Again, there is scientific evidence that is safe. But I mean, come on. Are you serious right now? Right? I mean, I've seen many studies on this because people trying to enhance this. And I came to that one and was like, wait a minute, this is the same as the Last of Us thing, right? I'm pretty sure even Zafrank made the video about that, about this ant, right? Something infects them. There's like fungus type thing come out of them and there's a spore that spread out. That is terrifying shit. That's what Last of Us is based on.
forms out of their head and body to get light or photosynthesis to live, and you're like, that's fucking terrifying.
God, well, what's I granted, this is not real information, but like some of the, I don't know if it's real, but like some of the where you like Rogan has these people on that talk about like fungus and shit, and they're like 30% of the soil everywhere on Earth is just dead fungal material, and it's like, oh. The giant Earth, all of Earth is one giant fucking mushroom.
That's what
It's
that
just
was.
wrapped everywhere, and that's why it makes the last.
It's the same thing people tell you, like most of the dust in your house is your dad's skin type of way. Even if that is true, it's literally like thin top layer of the earth, not the earth itself. Earth's layers are too thick. That's just scientifically impossible. But it can be, who knows? Like you have to probably research it, but probably.
Most of us so scary because that was a fungal.
And how they
Whatever.
started The Last of Us. That intro was like the hardest hitting intro. Maybe it was like that 70s or 80s talk show. And then that dog
Fallout
was
style.
talking about all the things that fungus could do or fungal infections. And you're like,
Fallout has been doing that for 2 decades. Come on, man. None of you played Fallout, right? This is the setup of Fallout with that kind of intro.
oh, yeah, that's where I'm scared. You have something controlling you with no.
Have you seen the
Fungal infection. Talking about my ex-girlfriend.
How Japan optimized their subways? They're like Japan they were like trying to figure out how to optimize their subways or whatever. So they made like a fucking petri dish with fungus on it, and they had different drops of nutrients on all the locations. They made the petri dish a copy of the city that they were trying to figure out, and the nutrient drops that they put were the main
hubs.
pickups of where they needed to pick people up for the subway station. And then they put the fungus in, and the fungus just kind of branched out everywhere at random, figured out where the nutrients were, and then optimized its entire structure. And then Japan built their subway system based off of what fungus did
That's
to figure
so
out the most efficient
fucking
way
smart.
to do it. Cause like fungus just
terrifying.
figured out the most efficient way possible.
Fungus are scary, man.
It's terrifying.
It's horrifying, isn't it? Just kind of branch.
Yeah, fungus are terrifying like that. That's one of the things when you realize, like, what the fuck? And that end thing is not that far off. Like, it hasn't mutated enough to affect humans. But it can do. Like, I mean, that's like a long shot, but it can happen, which is like, oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, so things like that do exist out there. But there's, that applies to everything. Even in space, there is a possibility a gamma ray from something like, I don't know, like, neutron star or something can hit Earth and we're vaporize instantly. And who knows? There is even like instant death type of scenario where like certain thing drops certain energy and we are all dead. Every matter, every single thing is dead. So it applies to when you think of grander scale things, there's always going to be an element that is too close to killing everyone. Who the fuck? There's no point of thinking about this. But yeah, fungus are really terrifying. And that, that end thing is, so real. And fungus from there, like I said, there are things that people eat. I don't know what the name of it, I forgot. But yeah, people actually eat that, like pills and things like that. Oh, fucking hell. But yeah. Alright, well, that was how they ruined the World War Z movie. But by channel, unsubscribe clips, unsubscribe podcast. If you like Merrick's and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.